While Superman Phantom Earth dealt with the Lois and John and Rogol Zar storylines, what did Action Comics have left to continue? Well, in the Man of Steel miniseries, Metropolis was inflicted with various arson attacks, and at the end of said miniseries, a little kid went up to firefighter Melody Moore and revealed that Superman was the source of the fires. Ooh, controversy. Now, the Bendis Cumfest continues with Action Comics' Invisible Mafia. Superman is continuing his normal life as Clark Kent, avoiding questions about his marriage from gossip columnist Trish, and trying to get to the bottom of the arson attacks. Learning that Daryl Connors, the kid from the end of Man of Steel, said that Superman was the cause of the fires, he goes to confront him and learns that a bald man gave Daryl a huge amount of money to frame Superman. Elsewhere, we are introduced to a new criminal enforcer and villain, Red Cloud, who attacks and later on incapacitates Guardian, and then also frames Superman for another crime, killing a criminal, and while investigating this victim, Superman learns the real cause of the fires. Just random criminals doing it to distract Superman from other crimes. How anti-climactic. Like with Phantom Earth, I'll give Bendis credit for not drawing it out for an entire arc, but the setup and payoff was so lackluster. And speaking of anticlimactic ends to storylines, Superman learns about Lois's finished book, and he deduces that Lois has returned, and he finds her. Robinson Good, definitely not just an older Riri Williams, gets her hands on some kryptonite which she uses in secret on Clark, reaffirming that he is Superman. Despite the fact in the first issue she knew this already. Batman takes the kryptonite away from Robinson, and when Superman goes to confront her and her dealer, Red Cloud appears, forcing him to save Robinson during the attack. Flashing back to Superman reuniting with Lois, Lois reveals she left their son with Jor-El because her being human would be a hindrance and danger to herself. Now, this is a great example of Bendis ruining and ignoring characterization for his story to make sense. Lois would never view her species as a hindrance. This is the woman who stood up to Doomsday, fought Eradicator in the Hellbat armor, proved herself worthy of joining Darkseid's most elite strike force, the Female Furies, and snuck into a war-torn country to save her dad. You're telling me she thinks being human is a liability? What's also infuriating is that she didn't tell Superman she returned because of the story she's working on, and she doesn't think she can continue having a family life because it's not a normal family life. How long have you been married? How long have you known Superman was Clark Kent? Haven't you been raising a child that in recent years started developing his own powers, him becoming a superhero as well? At what point did you ever think you could have a normal life? Good writing, Bendis. A bunch of stuff happens, Red Cloud attacks Superman, and we discover her true identity. It is none other than Robinson Good. Not even slightly surprised Red Cloud was her. I could tell from the get-go that she was Red Cloud. Bendis didn't even try to hide that it was her, only except for like one moment when they appeared in the same room. Apart from that, it was so obvious that Red Cloud was Robinson Good. Even more stuff happens that I don't care about. End story. Invisible Mafia is one of the most boring Superman stories I've ever read. Yet another anticlimactic plot resolution and a lackluster villain identity reveal. Butchered Lois's characterization because the story demanded it. And I'm going to admit, for the last few issues, I skimmed quite a huge chunk of it because I was so bored and I wanted to be over with it. Writers, you should not aim for this in your comic. Bore the reader to death. Much like with Phantom Earth, the only good thing about this story is the art, but unlike that in that arc, where it had one consistent artist and colorist, Invisible Mafia had 4 different artists and 3 different colorists for the entire arc. I mean, usually DC would just change the artist and colorist of an arc in the final 2 issues, not have a different one for each issue. Jeez, it's all over the place. But yeah, that was the first arcs of Bendis' Action Comics and Superman, paving the way for probably the most hated runs of both of them. I don't, I hardly hear anything good about either of them. It was a terrible choice to put Bendis on Superman. He doesn't care about the character. All that matters is the story. And it's, I honestly, I can't wait for him to leave. He's saying he's wrapping up Superman. Good riddance. Good riddance. Get someone who actually understands the character. Get someone who actually likes the character and wants to produce actually good, interesting stories, not these boring pieces of shit. So yes, that was it. I'm not reading any more. I'm not reading any of the other arcs. I only did these videos for just those first two arcs, where they all began, where where the where the horrors all began. So yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you all for suffering along with me with this two-part little video series. I'll see you all in the next one.